Hello, good morning. We will talk about the Buddhism religion and areas such as culture, tourism, and its politics. My partner is Alejandro Trujillo, Julissa Polanco, Carlos Olivares, and I, Olga. When and where it happened. Buddhism was founded about 2,500 years ago in northern India by a man known traditionally as Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha or enlightened one, the son of a warrior prince. He left his birthplace in Nepal the age of 29, seeking religion instead a solution to the struggle of human existence. Gautama or Buddha promotes the concept of anatta, the idea that existence is impermanent. The realization has one let go of the fear of transient things. Major scripture. The Tripitaka is a collection of ancient Buddhist texts written in the Pali language, which constitute the doctrinal and foundation body of Buddhism, Samyutta, Nikaya, and many other scriptures. Temples. The first temple corresponds to the site Seijano Oji Temple of Crocs in the Blue Shore is a Buddhist temple in Japan. In 2004, it was listed as a UNESCO World Heritage. I think it's a beautiful place that I found. And the temple was created by priest Raigo Shonin a monk from India, and the temple is located precisely in that place because it is waterfall was a site of natural worship. The second image, the one royal capital of Bagan, was originally home to approximately 10,000 Buddhist structures. Currently, are found around the remaining 2,000 temples and pagodas from the Mayandi the legend in began to Shewison, the first gold plate, the temple in Mayanam. Countries where it is practiced, and Buddhism today is divided into three main sects: Theravada or Hinayana, and Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma or Cambodia; Mahayana, China, Japan, Vietnam, Korea; and Vajrayana, Tibet, Mongolia, and Japan. Theravada Buddhists reconcile just one. The Buddha or Mahayana Buddhists reconcile many of the as well as many Buddhas.
Hello, my name is Julissa Polanco, and we're talking about the culture of the Buddhists. In relation to social life, Buddhists are not very social. Buddhists perform rituals that consolidate peace and harmony in their interiors. This meditation and rituals is known like enlightenment, and this is not something can be described or defined with words. It is it way of liberating the soul for them. During this meditation, Buddhist has three stages. The first stage is wisdom. In this stage, and they see things all they really are. The second stage is compassion, in seeing love that manifests itself constant activity for the benefit of all beings. And finally, we have the third stage, and this is of liberation, where all energies of the mind and body are takes away and released. So conscious mind. In addition, the Buddhists faithfully believe in four, thro- four noble truths that are part of their lifestyle. These are the first is the truth of the vine, the second is the truth of the origin vine, the theory is the truth of the why, and finally they believe in 8 different whys, so they can end with this suffering. On the other hand, they also have recreational activities, has sport, and is one of the most favorite activities the soccer for them. But reading and meditation are still to the two main why of the spending time for the Buddhist monks. About education, the Buddhist education teaches that it's correct to allow our own norms, and it is also teaches of what's important caring for our spirit and above the indicates. On the other hand, it shows correct to order our own truths and indicates that should always have a smile. And we have the weddings. About the weddings, the bride and groom stand in front of the Buddha monk and adopting a posture of very respect, now has a way to receive the blessing of the blessed of the Buddhist monk. And the monk conducts the ceremony. By the way, everything is decorated with flowers and candles, and the bridegroom with pollen and holy water. Everything, the bride and groom, families and guests gather together and recite two secret prayers, and then the bride and groom light all the candles and incense, and right after offer the flowers and food to the Buddhas. The next slide, please. Mm, The next slide. Okay, in this slide we can see the dress code. The dress code costume consisting mainly of a loose rustic habit that Koreans call kasa, also known in many countries like keiso. The colors known in this clothing usually is dark brown and light, but and white. But we can see in this image is in this picture is yellow and red, and this cloth symbolize the substance of the Buddha's love. Heaven, here to in the universe are both on the single casa. By the way, in general, both man and woman should have their shoulders covered. The pants or skirts should cover up to below to the knees, and the feet barefoot. Shaving the head is the first step to renunciation or everything material and of appearance of the superficial failures to do will be an impediment to achievement to go in enlightenment. And about the food, they they eat very vegetables, and in temples there are usually orchards for vegetable and fruit, and carrot for in addition the cereals, which is usually in their them foods, vegetable soups, cooked boiled vegetables, milk and bread, or rice is the most common dishes in this diet. Thank you for attention.
Okay, thank you very much, Julissa. Well, I will continue with politics or policies. The first one I will talk about of religion, one of the most tolerant religions in the world, Buddhism. The first one, its practitioners follow the doctrine of Buddha. Buddhism is one of the most tolerant religions in the world because they think that food or during all the life. For example, they predict the ideology of don't killing or not killing. Other ideologies like forgiving enemies, good customs, importance of moral intention and respect for ideas of others. Another part about is its ideologies or step is the Four Noble Truths, and they are the first one, as you can see in the image, sorry, is the truth of suffering. It talks about suffering is necessary to see the whole view of life. The second point is the truth of the cause of suffering. It talks about that the reason of suffering is desire, because at the end it causes suffering through the things we love. The third one is truth of end of suffering. It talks about that there are a place where suffering doesn't exist anymore if we eliminate desires and detachment in all existence. The fourth one is the truth of path leading to the end of suffering, and it's called the Noble Way Eightfold. It would be represented by eight postulates. The first one is meditation. The second one is view. The third one is intention. The fourth one is action. The fifth one is speech. The sixth one is effort. The seventh one is livelihood. And the eighth one is mindfulness. And to continue, we talk about nirvana. All about that actions or those actions must be performed in the correct manner if we want to get to the nirvana. And I will talk about it in the next slide, in this one. The nirvana is the state of liberation, free suffering, reached by the human being at to the end of the spiritual search when it sees itself from bondage. Through nirvana and even before vision Four Noble Truths, we can act into the world. But what happened about women? Buddhist women are called as bhikkhunis, but they don't have the same status as men. They try to change their status because it has been losing through the years. Buddha established that the Buddhist community should be consist of like women, like men, male monks, and female nuns. The resistance of male monasticism to women realigning their ecclesiastical status continues. According to the Buddhist tradition, for the ordination of a novice, there must be a list of bhikkhuni to guide her through the learning process, but at this time there isn't any bhikkhuni in the world.
Thank you, Trujillo. Right now, I'm going to talk about Buddhism on the aspect of tourism. First of all, the pilgrimage in Buddhism serve an important function. To go on a pilgrimage means to make a journey with a purpose. It means to clean, for the pilgrimage of Buddhism, it means to clean their soul and to health their spirituality. They usually travel by train. That's their accommodation. Uh, this pilgrimage, the time lapse are for a week, most of it. And the best season to travel are on the Buddhist holidays. One very important for them is the Bad Gaya, that is when Buddha was illuminated. That's a day very important for the Buddhists, and they visit very important places where when a really significant success happened, like the Bodh Gaya. It's the tree where Buddha was seen meditating and was illuminated, and also the Taj Mahal. It's a really very important place for the Buddhists with a lot of history. And the next slide. Uh, well, they have very important rules on what to do and what not to do. They are on the regimen of the Noble Eightfold Path. This is divided in eight sessions. The first one is the right view. The second one is the right intention, to have a right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right meditation. When the tourists visit a temple, they have to be really respectful, and they are divided in a lot of steps on how to behave yourself in a temple or with interacting with Buddhist monks. In this case, you have to show respect always. If you're going to enter the temple, you always have to take off your shoes and also your hats. And if you are going to receive something on a temple, you only can use your right hand to receive it and to take it. And something really important is that you don't have to point with your finger. You always have to point with your hand open. And a very important rule of the places is that you have to show respect to the monks. You cannot touch them, and you need to treat them in a really charm and respectful way. So as a conclusion, we found that the Buddhism is a really important religion to in general. It is practiced in all over the world. It is considered as one of the most important religions because they gave us a really different way on how to manage ourselves and how to heal ourselves by giving love to ourselves and to other ones. Thank you for your attention.